Welcome once again to Channel 18, and our second guest today is Carla Burke from the library, and Erin, I can't remember her last name.
Milde.
Milde. She told me 3 times already. And they're going to talk to us about a blind program that is coming to the library, which will be very good for anybody who has trouble seeing. But before we get into that, Erin, how long have you been blind?
I am not 100% blind. I still have a little bit usable vision, but it's been since preschool. It's been degenerating over the years, and after I had my 2 daughters, I've had a dramatic drop in my vision. So recently I just received my first guide dog, Quincy. That's to my right.
Yes.
And you know, I've met up with Carla, and things are going great.
That's good. Yeah, well, I know if you met up with Carla, things would be very good. Yeah. Carla takes care of everybody who's blind. She's taking care of me, too.
Well, we have a wonderful program at the library.
You do?
Yeah.
And you were very instrumental in getting it settled, were you not?
Yes.
Very
yes.
good.
Yeah.
So you want to tell us something about a program that is coming to the library on
That's right.
October 22nd.
That's right. On October 22nd, it's a Thursday, and it's from 1:30 to 3 o'clock in the Thornton Room at the library, which is in the lower level of the library. It's free, and nobody has to register, and there's no pre-registration. But what we're going to do is Steve Moniz from the Massachusetts Commission for the Blind, he's a rehabilitation teacher, and he's going to come and demonstrate different aids and devices and different things that people with vision loss can use in their daily life to help complete tasks independently. So, for example, cooking and personal grooming and things like that. It's a bit different from our program that we have at the library, our ongoing Vital program, which where we have patrons can be matched to a volunteer to learn how to use the library's assistive technology, the computers, their eye devices and the like, to learn how to read and write independently. So we will have some information about our Vital program. This is our brochure, and it tells all about it. We'll have some information and some of those devices at this program, but it's mainly going to be items that Steve is going to bring. And we did bring actually some things here, if we could demonstrate some of the things that will be there, just to give people an idea of what we're talking about.
Go right ahead.
Is that all right? I'm going to ask Erin to begin. Erin is, she's an intern at the library. A Massachusetts Commission for the Blind program provides an intern, and she's been with us, since June? Yep. And we're so lucky to have her. She's wonderful. So she's going to demonstrate a few things, and then I will too.
All right. Well, I guess I'll start off with a couple of the kitchen aids that helps in day-to-day tasks a little bit more safer in the kitchen. These are silicone oven mitts, and they help if you're, boiling water. They protect your hands from getting burnt from the hot steam or the hot water. I use them a lot in preserving my garden for the winter when I do the canning with the jars in the water bath. Along those same lines we have silicone handle covers to go on your frying pans or your pots to help protect your hands if the handles of the pans or pots get hot. Let's see. Also there is large print measuring spoons and measuring cups. And I think that's all I have to demonstrate for the kitchen. Another thing that is very helpful, I have 2 young daughters, and this is a talking thermometer that you stick in your ear and you hit the button and it will read out loud what your temperature is. This right here, some people probably wouldn't want to have this. It is a talking scale. Let me see if I can get it to speak. I don't know if I'll have enough. You really have to probably step on it to get it to go. I don't probably have enough strength in my arms to get it to start.
You can get one of those that talk to you when you
Yes,
step on the
this
scale.
actually talks.
I think I'd like to get one of those.
But I'm sure they'll
I
have
have
one.
one too, Paul.
They'll have one on the 22nd that I'm sure you'll be able to try out.
Notice that neither Erin or I are volunteering to step on that scale today.
Yes, I noticed that.
And the last kind of thing that I have to give you a kind of like an overview what will be shown is a thermostat to adjust your heat. It is large print and it also clicks. So you can count the clicks so you know how many degrees you're turning up or down your thermostat. So those are just some of the items that I had to show.
Good. And I brought some things too.
I use the cup every morning
The
to put my tomato juice in.
The cup that the
That
little.
she talked about.
Oh.
They're
The
measuring.
called- and with you put the what do you call it?
You pour the liquid in, and
But it has
You-
it has another device that lets you know when it's full.
the
Oh,
liquid level
Liquid
indicator.
level
Yeah.
Yes, it hangs over the
Yeah.
side of your cup.
That's
and,
what you showed there, wasn't
yeah.
it?
Well, no, she actually showed measuring cups
Yeah.
for
Oh,
baking
measuring
and
cups.
cooking.
and
Oh,
baking.
okay.
Yeah.
But that's a great device, Paul, because when the liquid reaches the prongs on the inside of the cup, it buzzes,
That's right.
and then you know to stop pouring. Yeah, that's a great idea. I just use my fingers sometimes and slip it over the,
Oh, I see.
but not when I'm pouring for guests.
Yeah. Or hot coffee.
Or hot coffee.
Yeah.
Well,
right.
then you get your hands burned.
That's
so you got to
true.
be careful.
Yeah.
But anyhow, it's a wonderful idea.
All right, so what I brought too is some of the things that are helpful are writing guides. Now there's all
those are
sorts of
good.
writing guides. You know, I use signature guide, and there's different kinds. I prefer the one that's really solid, but they have some that bend. And this is helpful when you have to sign your name on a document or something. You can just have somebody line that up for you, and you just write within the whole, you know, the space that's cut out.
Right.
I also there are check writing guides. You put your check in,
Yes.
and you know it has the holes cut out for writing. And you know you can get large print checks too as well if you don't want to use a check writing guide. There are large print registers, check registers, if you want to keep track of the checks you've written. And
I have that too.
do you have that? Yeah, very helpful. I use this a lot. This is a large print and also Braille ruler. It has the numbers in raised numbers in large print and also in Braille, which is really good. I use that a lot. I brought a couple of talking devices. Let's see if I can get them. Okay, I'm not very good at math, so I have a talking calculator. So
Does it give you the right answer? all the
I
time?
hope so. Let's try it.
5 plus 6 equals 1.
11.
There you go.
Okay,
Yeah.
and it adds, subtracts, divides. It does an awful lot, and you can clear it,
Clear.
and it has a date and all that kind of thing on it. It's really helpful
Very good.
because I only have 10 fingers. All right, and there are all sorts of talking devices, but particularly talking clocks, alarm clocks, watches. Do you have a talking watch,
I do.
Paul?
I have a watch.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what time it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I have here one of my favorites, and again, I have these all over the house. But this one it's a talking clock and a talking calendar.
9:48 a.m.
And
Wednesday, the 7th of October, 2015.
Why do you have such a British accent?
I don't know, but sometimes I just press it to hear his voice.
Oh,
Isn't
really?
that
You like
nice?
that
I
voice.
like that voice. I do. But there'll be lots of talking devices a talking digital calendar so you can, keep track
Okay.
of your appointments and things. Lots of talking devices, large print devices and aids. I do want to point out one thing that I always talk about too is if you're a client of the Mass Commission for the Blind, you're eligible to receive a lot of what Steve will be showing. They provide that if you're legally blind in Massachusetts. But for those people who aren't legally blind or who aren't eligible through the commission for some reason or other to receive devices like this, we will have a handout and various catalogs, okay, for people to take home, where you can purchase the items that we're going to be showing that we have here and also that Steve will be showing. We'll have a lot of resource materials available. I do want to say that we'll also talk about how you can cheat sometimes because
How you can cheat.
yeah, a lot of things that you can do instead of buying something that's already marked or pre-marked. I use a lot of raised markers on things. So on my washing machine, I have little dots at the different,
Oh, yes,
you
I have
know,
those too.
yeah, and
Yeah.
on the stove, so I always talk to people when they come. In fact, if anybody wants to come to the library for a demonstration of our assistive technology and some of these aids that we always have at the library, they can just call me at the library to make an appointment. But it's always nice to think outside the box and use anything that you have around the house, maybe just to mark it so that it's accessible. But
They do have little buttons that you can put on things.
I've got a whole sample of them here, and yes, that's what's really nice. I do have, well, for example, on the keys to my house, the key to my back door, I have a little lock dot, a little dot, so I can find it on the key ring quickly. Those types of things. But there's lots of hints, lots of aids, lots of devices, and Steve will be talking about a lot of them. He's got his bags, his bags that he brings. And the nice thing about Steve, I know some people might know him from his work through the commission, but he likes to be informative, but he's also very entertaining. He's very fun, and I think it should be a fun afternoon. Like I say, 1:30 to 3 o'clock on October 22nd. We will be using the library's assistive listening system, which is a special FM sound system that helps people hear what is being spoken. And it's particularly helpful for those people who are hard of hearing. So we'll be using that system as we do with our programs for people who want to be able to hear as well as be able to, if we have time, try out some of the devices after Steve demonstrates them. And we will have light refreshments, and there's no need to register, no pre-registration, just come. But if anyone has a question about the program, they can call me at the library, and the number is 508-430-7562, and my extension is number 5. All right, and if I can just mention one more thing, Paul?
Oh, go right ahead.
Harwich residents that need transportation, the COA, the Council on Aging van, will be available if you call, and I've got the number, if you call 508-241-1566.
Oh, that's the same number you call for the
van.
bus, yeah.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
what it is. It's the COA van number, 508-241-1566. And if you call by 11 o'clock the morning before the program, so you'd have to call by 11 a.m. on October 21st to book transportation to the program. And of course, it's first come, first serve. Once the van is full, I don't know that they could do. But the Council on Aging, Barbara Ann, has been wonderful about we arranged the schedule, the program around that so people could have transportation. Of course, that's just for Harwich residents. The program's open to anybody. People with vision loss, family members of people with vision loss, friends, or just anybody interested in learning about these different devices.
Well, thank you very much, Carla. That's quite a big program.
It should be wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah, October 22nd at 1:30.
1:30 p.m.
Yes. Yeah.
And Erin, we
Yes.
wish you a lot of success
Thank you.
with your program at the library and then afterwards.
Thank you.
Thank you, Paul.
It's nice meeting you, and it's been nice seeing Carla again.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you both, and continued good luck.
Thank you.